I love the diversity of photography, from being in some epic far-flung location capturing amazing landscape or travel photos, to standing in your kitchen making awesome abstract art. I'm a big fan of the MIOPS family of devices. I've talked about them in the past for triggering your camera for a variety of functions, like this water balloon popping or capturing lightning. And with my recent purchase of the A7R III and no time-lapse support built in, I picked up the MIOPS Mobile, which allows easy Bluetooth control from your phone to your camera and puts that intervalometer back in there. But now I want to talk about their newest device. This is the MIOPS Splash, part of the water drop kit. And that same app that talks to the mobile device talks to this. And it allows easy control over the drop size and the timing. And it almost feels like cheating to capture amazing water drop photo shots right here in your kitchen. Now this device costs $99. It comes with a PC sync cable to trigger a flash as well. A little bit more gets you the holder arm, and I'd say spend a little bit more and get the camera connection cable too, because once you've got all of that, you can make amazing photos by just pressing one single button. And you can do it again and again and get something different every time. It's pretty neat. Now, you can do this without a flash. You can do it during the daytime with a lot of lights, but that flash is going to give you the best results. And I suggest you throw in a gel kit, a vinyl backdrop, and of course, a nice camera sitting on a tripod. And a macro lens will give you the best results, but I've been using the 24-70 with pretty decent results. Now, let's talk about the actual settings to get this all dialed in. I found the best results with a dropper suspended about 20 centimeters above the surface of the water. Now, whatever container you use, you want to fill it right up to the brim. You avoid the edges as much as possible, so you just get this horizon filling shot with just an amazing drop in it. Then once it's set up, I like to plug in the flash to the PC sync cable. It does come with this. If your flash doesn't have a PC sync port, well, I've got a recommendation for a cheap flash that does, linked right down below this video. I set the flash off to the side. It's on manual settings, about 1/64th power. Its job is to really illuminate the background, and that light bounces and illuminates the splash. Don't point it directly at the drop. You just get a bunch of hot spots, and that doesn't look good. I've also got my cheap gel kit on here. Now, it's really fun to mix and match the colors you're using here with the colors that you're using in the dropper, or you could just go clear water and just rely on this for coloring everything, and that looks great too. Once that's set up, you can plug in your camera connection cable. This is extra, it doesn't come with this. It's worth a few extra dollars that it costs, because once these are all plugged in, all you do is press a single button in the app and it takes care of everything for you. Now, the first thing you need to do with your camera is get focus. What I like to do is lay the ruler across my container and trigger a single drop. Find out where that lands on the ruler and carefully focus in and get it so it's in sharp focus. Your aperture is going to be pretty high, f16, ISO about 100, and bulb mode for your shutter speed, because again, this dropper and the app are going to take care of triggering all of that for you. Once you've got that all dialed in, it's time to start playing with these variables. You've got really two variables to play with in here. The drop size, controlled by the amount of time the dropper is open, and the distance between drops, also measured in time. Let's start with a basic. One drop, creating a splash, capturing that splash when you get a nice crown. I recommend starting with about a 50 millisecond drop size. And if you suspended it about 20 centimeters above the surface of the water, your trigger delay should be about 200 milliseconds. So I've got that all dialed in. Everything's turned on and awake. Yep, I'm gonna hit my start button. Looks like my trigger's a little early. I'm gonna delay it a little bit longer. Let's go to 205 milliseconds. And I'm gonna try again. That's good, but it looks like maybe even a little bit longer. So I'm gonna adjust up to 207 milliseconds. Here we go. Nice. And as I said, once you get it dialed in, every single splash is a little bit different. So run through 3, 4, 5, 6, 100 times and see what you get. Now let's move on to the crown jewel, the double splash. All right, so now we need 2 drops. So I plugged in, same drop size for number 1, 50 milliseconds. That same drop size for number 2, 50 milliseconds, with a 100 millisecond delay in between. Watch. 2 drops came out. The goal is to get that second drop to hit the other one as it's bouncing back up, creating those cool and fantastic shapes. This one takes a little bit more trial and error because you're playing with that delay between drops as well as the delay for the trigger. But again, once you get it dialed in and are finding the one where it hits just right, well, one, vary it up and down a little bit, but just do it again and again and again. No 2 drops are ever alike, just like snowflakes. Sweet. Now I'm just gonna hang out, keep pressing this button. But experiment, play with different colored gels, different color water in the container, different color water in the dropper up top, and move on past water. I mean, milk, oil, texture the water with a little bit of glitter or pepper or something that gives it some unique look. I mean, you are limited by your imagination and the number of times that you feel like pressing the button. And that's a look at the MIOPS water drop kit. I'd love to see your photos, your water drop photos, either from this kit or on your own. You can leave those in the comments right down below, along with any questions you have. And again, a list of everything I recommend for this, including those starting settings, are right down below this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for future gear reviews, tips, tricks, and mad scientist stuff in my kitchen. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.